Welcome guys. So today's video is going to be chili, and the reason I have this card here so we can tell it apart when we're looking at the videos that we have on the phone there. So this is the first part of it, okay? I know you've heard me talk about going to the store and they have the bucket of the chili puree, and when you have that, that's an easy shortcut and it's great to use. I use it myself too when they have it in stock, but let's say they don't have it in stock. Or let's say you're not in Big Lake America, you're somewhere else where they don't carry chili puree. So you have to do your own chilies. So what you do is you go and you buy you a bag just like this. I'm not going to show you the brand name like I said because I ain't doing that until they pay me. New Mexico Red Chili pots. Okay, these happen to be hot. They come in mild, medium, and hot. Okay, I like hot because I like a little spice. My family likes a little spice. They're really not that hot. You can choose whatever flavor you like to your preference, okay? And what you want to do is you're going to take them just like this. You're going to kind of pinch it right there, and you're going to pull the stem off, stick it straight in the pot with the seeds and everything. It's no big deal. We're not going to worry about the seeds. That's kind of where some of the heat is, and like I said, I like the heat, so we'll keep it in there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add water to the pot. In this size pot right here, and with as many chilies as I have in here, and I have 2 of these bags of chilies in here, I'm going to add 1 full gallon of water, okay? There's seeds are going to go everywhere. Be prepared for that. Get you a little trash can or something next to it so you can throw all this away, okay? Let me get my water real quick. Here we go. And just pour it straight into the pot. For this size pot right here, I am going to get some more water. I'm probably going to get about a half a gallon of more water, and then I'm going to put it on the stove and I'm going to put it to boil. I want it to boil long enough until these chilies right here turn a bright red color. Once they turn that bright red color, we know that we're ready to go ahead and puree them in the blender. Okay, so stay tuned for the second video. For the chili video part 2. Remember, the whole reason we're doing this is if you cannot find that frozen puree in the store and you have to make it yourself, this is how you do it. Remember, we tore off the stems to the chilies, we put them in the pot, we put water in the pot, we put it on the stove over there to boil, and I told you to wait till it turns like a bright red color. So here's the color of the regular chilies right here, and here's the bright red color that I'm looking for, okay? So I'm going to stick that in there. Now, if you'll notice, I have all my jars ready, okay? My mason jars ready. And the reason I have those ready is if I put all this chili puree in the jar while it's hot, I can stick it in the fridge and it will vacuum seal. Almost like canning, but not quite, okay? For canning, you would have to bring it up to a boil and all that good stuff. We're not doing that. You'd have to bring it up to a boil after it's in the jar. And we're not doing that, okay? I've always got red chili on me, or at least I try to have red chili on me, and I keep it in these jars right here in the fridge. It keeps for about 2 to 3 weeks in the fridge in a jar like this. Now, if I'm gonna make red chili and I want to save it or freeze it, you know, I would put it in a Ziploc bag and stick it in the freezer in a Ziploc bag, and it would stay a lot longer frozen, okay? But the red chili that I keep around here for all the recipes that I use, I just keep it in a mason jar in the refrigerator, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and try to get started here. It's gonna get noisy here in a minute. The blender's gonna be going crazy. What I'm gonna do is for every little batch blender full of chili that I make, I'm gonna add 2 cloves of garlic, okay? I'm also gonna add a little, what do they say, like a cachito de sal, just a couple of little dashes of salt. I don't know how to measure a cachito, so sorry. So here we go. It's gonna be kind of messy. As you can see, I've got this little red rag down right here. It's gonna make a mess. That's just part of the fun, right? So we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna stick it in here. Okay. Pick it up again. We'll shove more chili in there. Pick it up again. We'll shove more chili in there. We'll do one little bit more and then we'll stop, okay? shove that chili in there. And then what I like to do is, hold on one second. This will work right here. This measuring cup right here. I just like to get some of the water and pour it in here, okay? And the reason I do that is because if it's all dry ingredients and not anything wet, it will actually not want to blend completely. So put this on here. Now remember, these chilies are in a pot that has been boiling for about the last hour, hour and a half. So the one thing you want to do is take a rag and stick it on top, okay? And you do that because once you hit go on the blender, that thing's gonna grab some pressure on it, and you don't want it splashing on you because it will burn you, okay? So we're gonna go turn the blender on, push down a little bit. I know it's loud, it's gonna be loud. I would cut the video and start it again, but I want you to know how long it takes to make the chili. And in the meantime, I want you focusing right here on how big the pieces of chili are, okay? And here we go. As you can see, it looks like the chili's not moving around in there, right? It's kind of staying stagnant. I'm glad it showed that in this video because that tells us that we need more water, right? So all we have to do is just do a couple of dips of this hot water, and this is chili water from the chilies itself, right? And that's fine. Put your rag back on, hit go, hit go. Still kind of holding off a little bit. Look at that, splashed on me, and it is hot, folks. When I tell you it is hot, that hurt. I just don't want to be a sissy on camera and start crying right now, but it is hot, okay? So we put a little bit more water in there. We're going to put our rag on top. We're going to go one more time. Stop. Let me turn this light off again so you can see better. Do you see the pieces, the little bitty pieces of pepper in here? See how they're itty bitty teeny tiny? Just think, when you're making this chili, if it's big enough to get stuck in your teeth, it's not big enough to, or it's not ready yet. Keep on pureeing, okay? So we're going to keep on pureeing just for another probably 30 seconds, okay? Look at the consistency. Do you see the little pieces of chili in there? They're very small, right? That's exactly where I want it to be. Now, I do this. You can do this if you want. Let me tell you why I do this. I transfer this to a tea pitcher, okay? This plastic in the tea pitcher is going to turn red like crazy. That's okay though, because in the end you can wash it with some Dawn dish soap, put a little drop of bleach in there, and it'll get nice and clear and white again, okay? So I put it in there, and the reason I put it in there is because it makes it easier for me to pour it into my mason jars. Okay. As soon as I pour it in my mason jar, I'm gonna seal it. I'm gonna go straight to the fridge with it. Okay. Now, as you can see, I've got a bunch of mason jars out, but I've got a whole pot of chili ready to be pureed and stuff like that. I've got a lot more to go, but for you guys, you know exactly what to do. So if there's any questions or you have any issues or you're going to try it, put it in the comments and we'll address those. Thank you and have a good day.